the firing of longtime NHL referee Tim Peel. I'm going to play the clip. I know you've heard it, but I'm going to play it for the people watching. He was caught on a hot mic talking about a makeup penalty. Have a listen to this.
It wasn't much, but I wanted to get a fucking penalty against Nashville early in the...
So I heard that yesterday, and I knew it would be a hot topic, but I kind of you apply some critical thinking at some point. You go, okay, it's a makeup call. They exist. It happens all the time in the game. As long as I've understood this game, makeup calls have been a way for referees to manage the game if they've screwed up the game or if they've made a bad call, whatever the situation is. We know it has existed. We know it's a massive part of NHL hockey. The verbalization of it, the way he did it with the filth flarn in there and being caught on a hot mic, led to him being dismissed yesterday.
I don't know. This is something where, being up in a press box for an NHL game as opposed to, let's say, courtside for an NBA game. Let's take the pandemic out of it. You hear a lot of conversations if you're courtside at an NBA game where, again, the referees and the players and coaches have much the same relationship as they do in the NHL. In other words, it's a constant conversation. Not every foul is called. There's often a warning or a watch it. Sometimes I'll hear that with the on-ice mics. You can actually hear them say, hey, wait, hold on. Let him go. You'll hear that kind of thing. That's the same, a very similar relationship that the NBA has with its players. The difference is, we're not ringside. We're not covering the team. So the only people who truly hear that are the players and the coaches in terms of the often going on conversation in and out with officials. And so I think to say, well, we don't want any managing of the game anymore is not realistic. I don't think it's realistic. I think it's very similar to the NBA. Some plays develop too quickly and the athletes are too big or too fast or whatever, where you're not going to get everything right.
So don't you think in this day and age where, we're so obsessed with fair or unfair and there's so much on the line? Talk about that San Jose game a couple of years ago where I can't remember. Was it
Vegas got jobbed.
Yeah.
Got hurt. Mark
Right in the
Stone
face.
got the game misconduct.
Lost all kinds of teeth. No penalty was called.
Right.
Changed the course of the game and the insertion.
It did. Now, some would say you can't give up 3 on the power play. I mean,
it's true.
Again, I would agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. Vegas, that changed everything. And there have been calls, Mike Renfro in the 79 AFC Championship against the Steelers. Got both feet in. Now it ties the game, but the Steelers won 27-13. So are we to automatically assume they wouldn't have won 27-17? Sorry, they were better than the Oilers back then. Anyway, sorry, I'm showing my age.
No,
here,
it's okay. I love the examples because we're talking about refereeing on the merits of the actual game. We're talking about making calls that need to be made, not inventing calls because you missed one or you gave one that you shouldn't.
You can't invent a call. If you miss a call, you have to.
Was that penalty on Arvidsson not an invention though?
Well, that's what I mean. So if he feels he missed a call and then he's calling one on Arvidsson to make it up, then I would suggest, and I'm not saying he did that, but it sounds the mic certainly would suggest that he did.
He said it was weak. Yeah,
he said it was weak.
You're saying
he did. So what I would say, but even in that language, it was weak. Well, it was weak, but it wasn't a call. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a ball can be a borderline strike, but was it a strike?